you do need the law. And it also helps in the education of the next generation. I voted for the Martin Luther King holiday, and I think it has been a positive lifting up of a great man. Those kinds of things make a difference. Now, without the law, we might still have laws that were discriminatory. We had separate but equal laws, and that was always an oxymoron. You're not equal if it's separate. What's that all about? Clever phrase, but a horrible, horrible concept. So, and when it comes to life, when the law recognizes the unborn child, just like laws that recognize that child abuse is wrong. I would argue someone who says that, well, why do we should just, why do you have to do this? Well, we have child abuse laws. So even if it's the mother or the father or anyone else who abuses or batters the child, there needs to be a penalty for that in terms of a sanction. You can't do it. Now we argue, and I argue passionately, that with regards to abortion, no woman should ever be prosecuted. And every bill we've done, Born Alive Act, partial birth abortion ban, the 20-week ban based on pain-capable children, they all have explicit language that says the woman cannot be prosecuted. But what about the abortionist? There, I think, like Gosnell, we need to hold to account those people who make their living plying a trade that destroys babies and wounds their mothers. And so I think we need laws. If we didn't have laws saying, that, like the Hyde Amendment, we should not use taxpayer funds to pay for abortion, well, we would be paying for more Medicaid and other abortions. And again, the law is a great teacher. If it's paid for, it's facilitated, we're likely to see larger numbers of these killings of unborn children. And the flip side of that is that the Hyde Amendment has saved well in excess of 2 million people. Every year, there are a number of abortions that do not occur, and there's at least 20 studies that clearly show this to be the case because the money wasn't there to facilitate it. So you look at Hyde has been around over 40 years. There are 41 and 42 and 39-year-old people who wouldn't be in this country today, alive, many with their own families, had there not been a Hyde Amendment. So there are consequences that happen immediate and long-term because there is a law there. I'm a great believer in human rights law. Religious freedom, all the other fundamental human rights, freedom of assembly. I've seen the absence of it in other countries. So I'm a great believer that laws make a huge difference in providing protection for the weakest and most vulnerable. And I would also say it applies in so many other, if we didn't have traffic laws, if we didn't have street lights, if you look at all the other areas where law facilitates and helps regulate so that we have a more cohesive society, it does make a difference. But when it comes to fundamental human rights, like the right to life, we need laws to protect the weakest and the most vulnerable.